Harbor Audio presents The End of the Point by Elizabeth Graver, performed by Hilary Huber. When I began to tell you children about the different ways in which plants send their young out into the world, I had no idea that I should take so much time and cover so many pages with the subject. And now I realize that I have not told you one half or one quarter of what there is to tell. You have learned that seeds are scattered abroad by animals that eat the bright cases in which they are packaged, and by animals into whose hair or clothing they manage to fasten themselves. You know that sometimes seeds are blown through the air by means of silky sails to which they are fastened, or else by their little wings. You discovered that certain plants actually pushed their young from their cozy homes in no gentle fashion, much as a mother bird shoves her timid little ones from the edge of the nest. And in the last chapter, you read that occasionally seeds were floated by water to distant shores. Mrs. William Starr Dana, Plants and Their Children. 15 axes, 15 hoes. On the stillest, emptiest days, you can almost, but not quite, imagine the place when it was lived on by its earliest people. The trapping and fishing, tying and smashing, the waves the same, the rocky beaches too. But no army base, no bisecting road, or fighter planes up from Otis Air Force Base, code red. No houses unheated, built for summer, or mansions with heat, Wi-Fi and central air. No blinking eye on a metal gate. No gate. Neither headstones nor written alphabet. Later, here lies John Cornell. Here lies Tabitha Brown. Here, a stone fishing weir at the foot of the creek. Here, a summer wetu. Inside, a woman labors upright, giving birth. Did they dunk the baby in the creek, wrap him in a new red blanket, dress him as he grew in a pair of woolen breeches? One year, they had to find another place to grow him into a man. A deed appointed to be recorded, New Plymouth, November the 29th, 1652. Know all men by these presents that I, Wissamequin and Wamsutta my son, have sold unto Mr. William Bradford, Captain John Standish, Thomas Southworth, John Winslow, John Cook and their associates, all the tract or tracts of land lying 3 miles eastward from a river called Cushnet, to a certain harbor called Acoxet, to a flat rock on the westerward side of said harbor, with all the rivers, creeks, meadows, necks, and islands that lie in or before the same, and from the sea upward to go so high that the English may not be annoyed by the hunting of the Indians in any sort of their cattle. And in consideration hereof, we the above mentioned are to pay to the said Wissamequin and Wamsutta as followeth: 30 yards of cloth, 8 moose skins, 15 axes, 15 hoes, 15 pair of breeches, 8 blankets, 2 kettles, 1 cloak, 2 pounds in wampum, 8 pair of stockings, 8 pair of shoes, 1 iron pot, and 10 shilling in another commodity. 1 iron pot to fill with corn mush, or with a rabbit trapped, skinned, boiled down to bone. John Cook, signatory, will be the first to farm the rocky, wind-scoured fields of Ashaunt, the point barely 2 miles long, half a mile wide, hardly an appendage, more a stub, a neck without a head. A peninsula, as in Paene, almost, as in insula, island. Ashaunt, lobster crawling backward in Wampanoag. The shoes have brass buckles. Each shoe fits either foot. The blankets are woolen, red. An acre for a shoe, 2 acres for a shilling. 15 axes, 15 hoes. One by one, they bend, they sign. In the presence of John Winslow, Jonathan Shaw, John Cook, Samuel Eddy,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?